What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 24th Annual Garden State Film Festival. We are live streaming from the beautiful Berkeley Oceanfront Hotel at the Shared Universe Podcast Lounge. My name is Ming Chen.
CJ Cullen.
Eric Ascalon.
And we have another amazing, fantastic, spectacular filmmaker here in the podcast lounge with us. Q, please introduce yourself and the name of your film.
Sure. Hi, I'm Blake Merriman, and my film is The Escort.
Amazing. Can you please tell us all about The Escort?
Oh, yeah. Well, do you want the synopsis? Do you want me to give you the history?
Both.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
start with the synopsis, then
Great.
we'll go to the history.
All right, so a troubled young man hires an escort for the evening, an experienced escort, but what he has in store for her may test the limits of her professionalism.
Okay, wow. I'm in.
Yeah.
We're all of us, we're in.
Great, awesome. You missed it. It was last night.
Yeah.
It's already over.
Yeah.
But I could send you a link if you want.
I know a guy. I think
Great.
I'll get a link.
Great.
But first of all, how did the screening go?
It went raw. It went awesome. Everyone was really responsive. I was a huge fan of all the films that were in my block, just from beginning to end. Just really tight storytelling, and really great theme connection too.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like everything belonged together.
Yeah, they take great pains to, I think, organize the
great
plots.
job.
What was the venue?
It was here at the Continental Ballroom.
Okay. Yeah, right
What
upstairs.
time was it?
It was 9:00 last night.
Oh, I hear that. It was a good set.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked to someone who was filming. Yeah, it was some really great films.
There were some really good films, yeah.
And how was the reaction in particular to The Escort?
It was great.
Okay.
I got. It's always fun to see a fresh audience see something that you've seen 1,000 times for the first time.
Sure.
Because you forget, like, oh yeah, that's actually could be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that actually is a surprise if you didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, and
stuff like
you
that.
wrote as well?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so he's like, I wrote that joke, so
Yeah.
it's still funny,
Oh, yeah,
but
it's
not
all-
like, but with fresh eyes.
Gives me a
like,
deliciously large head.
oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, why do you think we do this, right?
Yeah.
Or, that's why you guys do this. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so
How
great.
was casting? How did you cast?
Oh, casting? Well, it was easy. We only had 2 actors, and I
Okay.
was one of them. So, yeah. I actually I had a couple friends in mind for the part, but when I hooked up with my director, Josh Payne, he actually had another idea in mind, brought kind of fresh eyes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, since I was already kind of casting myself in half the roles,
Right.
I wanted to give him a good amount of say on casting the other roles. So we did open casting, and Candy Boyd was my co-star. She came in and just like knew the archetype, knew the character.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just have like a hand in glove kind of casting situation.
Ideally, that's the person you want.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
who gets it.
They just walk in, they are the part.
Right.
You know,
So you got very lucky.
very, very lucky.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and easy, great person, very professional, easy to work with. And I actually found out later that we had been in the same episode of a TV show,
Oh,
but
cool.
we're shooting on different days.
Which
That's funny.
TV show?
It was Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin.
Okay, I remember that show. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what inspired The Escort?
Sure, yeah. Well, I started writing again when COVID kind of shut everyone down, and the themes that I was exploring or like that were going through my head at the time were, you know, isolation, disconnection, the
Right.
inability to connect with other people. And put on top of that, like the whole political climate where everyone's kind of siloed and just seems like unable to cross, you know, the bridge to like reach out or step
We're in a
outside.
weird time right now,
Yeah. So it was really important for me to like look at empathy and listening and
Right.
understanding. And I think that, you know, I wanted to look at 2 characters who really desperately want to connect, but
Yeah.
because of their own baggage or because of their conflicting desires, they
Yeah.
just can't seem to make it. Fortunately, you know, as the film goes on, they do find a way to kind of step out of their comfort zones into this kind of vulnerable place and find a way to connect, getting what they need, but not necessarily what they originally wanted from each other.
Yeah. Was there one particular thing that inspired you to use the escort theme or the escort character? Escort, I guess John. I guess that would be the relationship.
Yeah, well, I think that it's just the idea of like a newbie, the 40-year-old virgin kind of comes to mind. You know,
for
you know,
sure.
it's just it's not only like ripe for comedy, but also for this kind of like area that like Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David would talk about, exploring this kind of unexplored social territory where you're kind of like navigating something that you have no map for or for the first time. So I thought that was a great way to kind of heighten the dynamic between the two. Also, having a man looking for a emotional connection with a woman and a woman looking for a physical connection with a man, kind of a twist on what we expect. I thought that was a great way to heighten and point up that conflict.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What was the runtime on that?
That was 15 minutes. Cool. It started out as about 20 in the rough cut, but we really wanted to get it tight as possible.
Yeah, I was really say 20, you're good. 15, you're even better for getting into festivals.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What about how many days of filming?
We shot for like 2.5 days. Yeah.
Also, where'd you guys shoot?
We shot at this hotel. I'm going to forget the name of it, but it's in Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember because the first hotel is the one that I remember because they pulled out 2 days before our shoot.
Of course. No. We hear it all the time.
And so
I was like, crap, what are we going to do now? Like, we'll go find another hotel.
What we're going to do is going to wait until the last second and find out that our amazing producer, Sam Katz, found an even better replacement place.
Without fail, we hear these stories, but we always, not always, but most of the time we find out it worked out better.
In a way.
Yeah, I mean, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, you know.
Sure. But in the moment, it's like crap. You start panicking a little bit.
Yeah,
it's the worst feeling.
Definitely, it felt. Yeah, it feels like the floor is just falling out right from underneath you, and you're like, "Is this going to happen? Is this the thing that like?" Because I think in filmmaking, like along the way, any one little thing can kind of like pop the balloon or make the souffle fall.
It can. I guess it's how you deal with it that really says who you are.
Yeah.
And what you can do.
It takes a lot of like I think faith and surrender and just allowing what's going to happen, what wants to happen because you can't control everything. There's just so many elements in filmmaking, so you have to kind of allow a little grace there, let whatever's going to happen, and
you can't go into panic mode right away.
No, you have to just kind of work with what's getting thrown at you.
The New Jersey premiere.
Yes. Cool. Yeah.
Amazing. And have you been to Garden State before?
Oh yeah. It's a funny story.
Okay.
About 20 years ago.
20 years.
Yeah.
The
Garden
infancy.
State. What's that?
The infancy.
Yeah. Garden State was the very first film festival I ever went to.
Oh, wow. And 20 years ago, what made you?
It was a friend of mine from Northwestern did a student film that I starred in. It was actually my first short film ever. And he submitted to festivals, and Garden State was one of them. And it was drivable from the city, and came out and it was really, really cool. So it's cool all these years later when I'm finally starting to make my own films.
You're back.
Yeah. Come full circle.
That's awesome. 20 years later, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We were joking back then. It was like, you had to mail in like a VHS tape.
Sure, yeah.
Like, there was
VHS tape in there.
There was no digital submission. There's no Film Freeway back then.
Yeah.
Like you had to submit on like physical media probably.
Totally.
Burn your CD. Bring your DVD. Send your DVD in. Back in those days.
And now everyone the quality of the films is just mind blowing now.
Yeah, there's that. I think we've had better influences, better resources, cheaper resources for sure.
Yeah,
and that's amazing. Well, welcome back, man.
Oh, thanks.
Like a super alumni.
Yeah. I hope to come back again and again.
We have 20 years.
Yeah, no. Hopefully not that long. I think that now that I'm making my own stuff, I think it'll be a little sooner.
Yeah, for sure. You have more festivals coming up after this?
We have submissions out to a number of festivals. Okay. I'm expecting a few to come back, but you don't know until you know.
No, exactly.
But we've had a few in New York so far.
Amazing.
Big Apple, New York Shorts, Queens World. And I actually it was great to see a couple of films that were in some of those other festivals here. Like I know the group from Beautiful Pam was here.
Oh, wow.
It was cool to see them again and catch up.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's how you know you're going to the right festivals. It's like, okay, they have taste. They're picking the right films.
You're traveling along with the same clown car.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's great. Beyond festivals, are there any other future plans for the Escort?
Not for the Escort per se. I think that it was written and kind of made as a short film, and I think it works really well that way. We got it tight, and I now that it's been kind of locked in, I can't really see it any other way.
Okay, cool.
But I am exploring similar themes, similar tone in projects going forward. It's this is very much like a calling card for my new.
I love it. I love that film.
Production company.
I think these themes are ones that everyone can relate to.
Yeah,
for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're all human. We feel all those things you just said. Those are ones that we feel very strongly.
I think it's really important now to have to rebuild empathy and connection in society.
Yeah, I think we mentioned multiple times this weekend. Yeah, the empathy is pretty much gone these days from a lot of people, and we want to bring it back.
There's no goodwill. Everyone's so disconnected. Everyone's in their phones, getting fed their own reality. You know.
Yeah, and it's not good.
No,
it's not good.
Nope.
So
it's not good for the soul. Not good for the human race.
Yeah. Are you working on anything right now that you can talk about?
Yeah, sure. I'm actually working on a feature-length film, kind of kissing cousins to the Escort thematically.
Yeah.
It's a story about it's kind of semi-autobiographical about because years ago I made a feature film, but it wasn't like fully mine. It was kind of like a co-creation that I did with a production company. I kind of just came up with a general idea and kind of gave it to somebody who was much better at that stuff. And everyone has these projects where they put their all into it and maybe follow their dreams, and it doesn't quite end up exactly the way they want it.
Right.
And how do you recover from that?
Okay.
Especially, and so I really kind of heightened that and used this play, The Seagull by Anton Chekhov, to blend with that to see kind of how art and commerce differ with when you have a parent who's really successful but maybe not very deep in their art, and a son who's a little too deep in the art that they can't see that they need to do certain things to be commercially successful. So I thought that was a fun interplay. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, congrats. Welcome back, man.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, that's so cool that you were 20 years ago.
We'll have to come back again with the feature.
I know. Well, fingers crossed, working on it, working on the screenplay, and hopefully I'll have something solid coming up in a few months.
Great.
That's awesome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sitting down.
It's a pleasure.
Really glad the screening went well yesterday.
Yeah. And, really happy with it.
We can't wait to see what's next. And I hope that, I'm going to grab a link and watch the Escort.
Nice.
Sure. So
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah. So GSFF.org, everybody. We got amazing filmmakers, amazing films.
Yeah.
You got time to catch a couple more if you can make it down here. And thanks for watching. We got more. We got a couple more. So stay tuned. You haven't gotten rid of us yet. So
we're still here.
We're still here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon.